those are the main stories this morning. We're going to go back to Bill in Milton Keynes for all the fun of the fair. Hello, Bill.
Morning, Sean. Yes, they've got the Easter Fair here this week, and they've got all the things you need for an election, really. Swings and roundabouts and a coconut shy just next to me here and a bouncy castle. So any number of political analogies. I've got a special friend that I want you to meet, though. In previous elections, you may remember there was always a particularly important target group of voters. There was Essex man, Mondeo man and Worcester woman. And now Conservative researchers have come up with somebody else that they think could be very important in this election. He's Motorway Man. He's not saying very much at the moment, but his vote is crucial in key constituencies, in very tightly fought constituencies like this. And he likes driving his car. He's got a small home, he's got a lot of debt, and he'd like to live in somewhere like Milton Keynes. He's the man all the parties want to impress. He's got a decent job, likes his motor, and of course, he's going places. He's Motorway Man, or woman. And the big question is, who's he going to vote for in this election?
You think you might be related to Motorway Man here? What are you thinking about the way you might vote this time?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm thinking it might be Tory, but I think then again it might be Gordon Brown still.
I think I'm a bit torn, thinking, should I ever stop with Labour because we've always been with Labour, or should we go Tory? And because it's a bit.
I'm like that. I've always been Labour. Family's always been
Yeah.
Labour, and that's why I've stuck with Labour. But now I'm trying to with what's happened, and
It may be a change.
That don't impress me much.
So what else do we know about Motorway Man? Well, he's a homeowner, in his mid-30s, probably married but without any kids, and not surprisingly, lives close to a motorway. So how do the experts think he or she might vote?
We've looked at YouGov analysis and we've seen how they've changed over the last 5 years. In 2005, in 1997, they would have been very much New Labour, but now they have changed over that period of time. They're very much blue now, so they are an opportunity for Cameron.
Will Motorway Man then really give the Conservatives a head start in the race to number 10?
I don't know whether they're all as bad as each other, to tell you the truth, you know.
Once all the people come on TV and put forward what they want, then I'll probably choose.
And when they're taking it easy, the best place to find these swing voters is where they practice their swing.
I have no allegiance at the moment. I don't have any with David Cameron or Gordon Brown. They would really have to win my vote, and so far neither of them have really done it for me.
How big an issue is the financial aspect for you in this election?
Well, I mean, if I had any money left for them to manage, I think that would be ideal. But no, I actually don't think I'm doing too bad at the moment. The interest rates are low for my mortgage. I'm very pleased with that. But I don't think the Conservatives are going to do any better.
What's clear around here is that there are plenty of motorway men and women, but lots of them still undecided as to how they're going to vote. And you can ask some of them as many times as you like, and they just can't say.
And a couple of quick, interesting election facts for you. This time round, there are 650 parliamentary seats up for grabs. That number changes from time to time with boundary changes, but 650 this time, a nice round number. Over the past 40 years, though, almost half of those seats have simply not changed hands. The same parties held on to them for 4 decades, which means that the key battle to the election is fought in about 100 seats. That's where the real decision is made, where very, very small fluctuations in a vote determine the result. One other point for you, 75% of the voters who live in these key swing seats, 3/4 of them, aren't aware that they are that important. They don't know the importance of their vote. Well, with me this morning are Joe Twyman, who's Director of Political Research at YouGov, the polling organisation, and Jonathan Gabay, who's a branding expert. Good morning to you both. Thanks for joining us this morning. Branding. I thought this was an election.
Oh, this is all about getting the message across. Getting the message across in a succinct, clear way so that people know what's going on and why they should actually go out there and vote, so that they have a choice. It's all about, there's so much choice out there at the moment in terms of confusing messages that you need branding through marketing, through PR, through advertising, to make sure that people understand that message.
And Joe, the voters here in both Milton Keynes constituencies do have a disproportionate effect on the whole result, don't
Yeah, that's right. If the Conservatives are going to form a government, they have to win in Milton Keynes North and Milton Keynes South and other constituencies like that. And so it's very important for them.
I mean, things have changed with, I don't want to get too much into technical details, but we have things called notional majorities. So one of the seats here belongs to what belonged to the Conservatives, but is now notionally Labour because of the way they've changed the boundaries.
That's right. And you mentioned that 75% of people don't know. Well, with all the boundary changes, it's perhaps not surprising, but something tells me that in the next 4 weeks, places like this will be campaigned very hard, and so it's not surprising that people will know.
What's going to be different this time round in terms of marketing?
What's going to be different is all about perceptions, because there's so many messages that are going out there from the internet. For example, that's a huge difference, the internet, because before you put an advert out, for example, a poster, and that would be it. But as we know, in the last couple of weeks, as soon as the posters come out, everyone starts tweeting. So what this is doing, this is real democracy, this is real branding democracy in action.
Well, Jonathan says everybody starts tweeting, but actually, do most people start tweeting? I doubt it.
Probably not, particularly not for this election.
I'm sorry, Joe, I'll take you up on that one.
I imagine it's probably not over 50%.
But those who are committed, certainly, let's put it this way, presumably there's much more current, if you like, of politics because there are so many more outlets.
Yes, absolutely. There's more opportunity for people to go.
Very briefly from both of you, what do the parties have to do? What's the key thing they have to do to win?
Have a single-minded message and also show unity. Because when they show unity within the party, and then what happens is everyone looking within and say, yes, I can trust them. It's all about trust and integrity.
They need to get as many of their core voters voting, they need to get as many floating voters moving over to their side, and they need to get more votes than the other parties.
Don't they need also to get them interested, because a lot of them say they're already fed up.
Well, that's where branding comes into it, to make sure that they understand that message. From every single point of view, from the Twitter point of view, from the PR point of view, even from the wives' point of view. It's all a big message.
All right, gentlemen, thanks very much. You get to do more fisticuffs later.
Okay.
That's it from us here for the moment. See you later, Sean.
Okay, thanks very much, Bill. If you want to find out more about the campaign over the next few weeks, you can do so on our special election 2010 website, and it really is worth a visit. It's packed with extra analysis, special features. It's got a guide showing where the three parties stand on issues like health and crime and the economy, and you find all that and much more at this address, bbc.co.uk/election. There it is.